Fall is certainly a time of seasonal change, not only measured by cooler, wetter, and shorter days, but for folks in the know, it's also a great time for a wildlife show up there in the sky as waterfowl and raptors migrate through and to Oregon. Hi there, I'm Grant McComey, your host for Travel Oregon's Grant's Getaways. And this week, we learn an awful lot about raptors, especially raptors in trouble, the sick and injured, as we visit a wildlife care hospital near Eugene. Come on along as we take a look at the Cascades Raptor Center. There is goose song in the air. Have you heard the excited sounds? It's hard to miss and seems to shout, "We're here in Oregon at last." It's especially loud and strong at places like William Finley Wildlife Refuge near Corvallis, along the Homer Campbell Memorial Boardwalk.
It's a magnet for wildlife. We'll have thousands upon thousands of ducks and geese and swans here within the next few months.
1,700 feet of elevated, wheelchair-accessible boardwalk that leads to an observation blind. It's a fine choice because there's so much wildlife here.
We're kind of a little-known secret right now, but I think we're going to become a lot more well-known.
Fast on waterfowl tail feathers are the raptors, hawks, and eagles. Most are passing through, but some will stay all winter. You'll want to stop in and stay a while at the Cascades Raptor Center in Eugene, a rehab clinic that helps the sick and injured, like a red-tailed hawk, a young barn owl, a hungry white-tailed kite.
What I wanted to create from the beginning was a nature center. My goal was to have representatives of every Northwest species of raptors, and we're close.
Cascades Raptor Center is operated since 1990 as a wildlife hospital and education site. You can learn about dozens of raptors across the 3-acre site. Louise Schimmel says education has made a big difference to our understanding and appreciation of raptors.
Oh, absolutely. Boy, raptors, there's been a huge just sort of paradigm shift from vermin and bounties. I mean, the 50s and 60s in Oregon, there were still bounties on raptors. You cut off their foot and you get paid. They understand the value now in terms of the predator-prey cycle.
Still, thoughtless injuries persist. This Swainson's hawk was shot and will never fly again. So it's become an ambassador of sorts, teaching us more about raptors. Volunteer Dan Gleason says the center's a good place to visit, so to identify varied raptors before you head out on your own.
That's one way to approach it, yeah, to really see them up close, and then you can go out and see them in their natural habitat. Or do it the other way. You've seen them out there in the field, now come in and see what they really look like up close.
Within the impounded areas, it's about 900 acres. The entire wildlife area is 5,000 acres.
The nearby Fern Ridge Wildlife Area, managed by the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, is a fine place to start.
Our number one goal of our management here is to provide food, water, sanctuary for wintering waterfowl. We get migratory raptors as well. The northern harrier used to be called the marsh hawk. We've seen them start to come.
Drive around the back roads of the farmlands and stop and look, because it's not like ducks are going to find a big flock of them, but you're going to find one on that tree over there, and there's another over in the field there, and that's the easiest place to see them.
Cascades Raptor Center is a perfect place to begin your raptor watching adventures because on the weekends, every Saturday and Sunday, they offer handler talks that provide an up-close view to many species. These sessions really teach you a lot about the birds and could help you identify them in the wild. And you can find wild places to watch for raptors and waterfowl by taking a look at the Wildlife Viewing Map. It's an Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife site, and it'll really guide you to some of the best wildlife viewing sites in Oregon. You can find all the details, directions, and the contact information for this week's show on the Travel Oregon website, so check it out. Until next week, get out here and explore the great Oregon outdoors and let Travel Oregon be your guide. For Travel Oregon, I'm Grant McComey.